Hello, Gemini. Thank you so much for tuning in. Karo here. Welcome, Gemini, to your end of June, leading up to July reading at Solaris Studio with me. So let's go ahead. I have already shuffled this deck. I'm going to go ahead and get your cards out. So my first message is we have the Queen of Pentacles, King of Cups, the Tower in the first row. Second row begins with the Magician, continues with the Hermit, and we have the King of Pentacles. We have the Devil, the Star, and Ace of Pentacles. Okay, you see better now, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and get some Sibillas for clarifications. I want to clarify the central energy, which is the Hermit. So clarifying the Hermit, Imeneo, Fortuna, and Sospiri. I will go ahead and clarify the Tower in the first row. We have Gran Consolazione, Gran Signore, and La Donna di Servizio. Tower is like it's not some frustrational thing. I think it's about a person's new job or their new service, and that was something they dreamed of maybe. Okay, let's clarify the devil here as well. The devil is clarified by Deliranti, Amalato, and Messaggere. I want to clarify the Ace of Pentacles in the end. La Constanza, Melancholia, and Letterato. Why don't we also clarify the Magician here? Amore, Giovanni Fanciulla, and we have also L'Amica. Okay. First of all, we have a couple here, King and the Queen of Pentacles. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas. Devil, Star, Hermit, Magician. This was coming in other readings of different signs. I think to me, it feels like life seems to be rearranging itself for the end of June, leading up to July. But this happens around one very important realization, I think. It can be with regards to a partner's job or occupation or yours. And that was something you have been moving towards for a long time. And this thing is now taking shape. For the end of June, especially around the Capricorn full moon, I see relationships really important because there are very strong relationship terms with all these court cards here. Plus, I see purpose, I see career direction. They are all forming this tapestry. They are very much woven into the same story. I don't think that at the end of June you're gonna stand where you begin. So it's gonna feel different. And I think the Hermit, if this is your energy, you are seeing the possibility of a future with someone that you truly want. Yes, there is hope, there is good fortune, and there is this vision in you to have a meaningful union or a partnership. Maybe you are not living it yet, but there is this longing energy. You are longing for this thing. Um, but there is also the reality of the other person, and like your reality and their reality needs to catch up with each other. Um, and also your reality needs to catch up with your heart, I do feel. Um, I don't think that you are hiding what you are afraid in relationships at this time. Um, there is some kind of a preparation, and I think you try to understand if this thing you are hoping, is it really within reach? Is it really within reach? Is something within reach? There is this type of questioning. Uh, so to start with the queen and the king, there are two major people here, but these people's lives are interrupted with a development with the tower. Um, and this is, I think, affecting the direction of the relationship or the situation between you and them. Um, I feel, as I said, like someone here is finally receiving the opportunity, recognition, the position, the job that they were hoping for. And this is actually setting a new reality. That's why I was saying, if their new reality, your reality, is it really catching up with each other? And one of you is really stepping into a stronger role here. Um, and maybe the other person, will they gonna be part of it by supporting it? Will they work alongside it? Will they help it to become real? These are all questions. So I don't think that something is really collapsing your world. I think a new reality is being formed. That's why it came as a tower. So I think there is a rearrangement in life. Um, and this is something significant. It's a significant situation answering two lives. Um, Actually, Queen and the Queen of Pentacles and King of Cups here, I think they are genuine. Well, in my reading, I see genuine, emotional maturity here. That's why, due to this maturity, they actually, seeing the changes and they can adapt it, I think. Um, a new routine, a new responsibility, but, it becomes a bit questionable in the other parts, maybe because we have another king, another existence of a person entering in and affecting the situation. So there can be three people involved in this. Um, yeah, and someone can really have this career move, and some new responsibilities can come in their life. But I don't think that the tower is really separating people here. It's just changing the structure of lives. And to me, from magician to king of pentacles, it feels like there is someone who is trying to turn an idea into a tangible reality. Um, Magician is very action oriented here. Maybe something starts as an affection, and it slowly develops into trust. It does not remain as fantasy, it becomes a very exciting possibility of actualizing things. One partner or one person maybe has a more distance to that. Um, there is a potential of people enjoying each other's company. Maybe some new friendship is also building underneath an attraction. Um, at some point someone stops and they are asking, could this happen? And they see, how they can make it happen, and they put a lot of intention rather than fantasy. um, they spend time with thinking, but they don't do it forever. By we as we reaching the King of Pentacles, I see here somebody is really building something stable and dependable and lasting. At least they have the intentions for that. But then something feels very heavy, ending up very practical. Now, it's this energy is a bit surprising me, but there is someone also allowing some fear and obsession and constant overthinking. This is a bit now message here are telling me that someone here is communicating this, like, and they become, I think, emotionally exhausting. um a conversation happens, some message arrives, some news really changing the atmosphere. um but then I think, whatever this thing, after this struggle, I think there is something tangible here. Someone doesn't simply walking away just because it became difficult, or they stop triggered by several things. Someone may get a good also assistance, supportive therapy for their mental health, I think. um I see some documents, some piece of knowledge really helping people. um yeah, I mean, if as fear settles in towards July, um don't let the fear write the end of your story. There can be moments when this mind really running ahead of reality and imagining the worst. But I think before the month is over, something concrete enters the picture here. Maybe again a message, an answer, an offer, a conversation, and it is really um, to work with, instead of some endless assumptions, right? uh, so I think in your life, someone is really becoming emotionally and practically ready for major life changes. The biggest transformation happening actually is not external, it's internal. Someone really stopping doubting what they truly want. uh Maybe some changes in reality coming with uncertainty, gradually replaced by something tangible. What becomes like a sudden shift becomes something that can actually be built upon. um I think you shouldn't let fear convince you that every major change or some kind of trigger is some disaster. Sometimes the hardest part in life isn't the change itself, it's actually trusting that you are capable of living inside the new reality. Once it arrives, you adapt it. um I feel you are gaining a new direction. Yes, this particular change influencing your circumstances with the tower, but there are things which is gonna change your mindset, and you will have something solid to move forward. Yes, there are some matters of doubt, overthinking, um, it's that habit of our mind creating stories which reality doesn't confirm yet. So I think by the end of June, reality starts speaking for itself. And once it does, I don't think you will have to wonder nearly as much as you have been. So this is also what I can offer for this reading. The King of Pentacles energy can be also a King of Cups new reality. Like someone in your life becoming extremely practical. They are just, yeah, protecting their vulnerabilities, but those vulnerabilities do not prevent them to achieve. There is no place for fear, though fear in humans, uh, I mean, yes, I say with the devil card, we shouldn't let fear, to take hold. But of course, fear in human life has a different function. So it also protects us, right? So it's a natural thing. Um, so it's okay to have um, some fears and some considerations or what ifs. All is, I mean, very natural, of course, because fear itself isn't the enemy. Actually, fear has a purpose, and it's also the reason why we have like survived as species. For sure, it warns us, it protects us, yes. But I think the point is to understand there comes a time where fear stop protecting us and it starts to make decisions for us, and at that point it becomes the devil energy. So that's why the cards caution it has been revealed like this. So don't let the fear become the author of your story. Let it inform you, but don't let it control you. I think this is the uh, one of the things, because fear is a natural human emotion, and emotions are knowledge, emotions are data, emotions can be long residue of memory, also generational, um, uh, these uploads. They are, I think, important. So I don't like to diminish them. I like emotions. Um, but there is a difference between listening to fear and living inside fear. And this devil card is reminding you not to hand your steering wheel over to it. Uh, and getting the information of those emotions and things is important, of course. I think we need to acknowledge, in life, we need to acknowledge fear and other difficult emotions as something healthy until they become the thing making every decision. I think that feels more grounded and more, how to say, down to earth. I don't like to, as a person in my life, I don't like to escape from that emotion or suppress it. I like to talk about it, and I like to listen to myself what this emotion or try to tell me, because they have valuable information, and again, a lot of things, memory, past life circumstances, and everything. So Gemini friends, yeah, that the last part was a bit extra for you. But I think there is an opportunity and everything changes after that. So I hope you enjoy it. I see here earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo. Also, I see air sign, Aquarius. King of Cups can be, I see Pisces energy too. So Just letting you know. Thank you so much for joining me in this, Gemini. If you have a personal tarot question to me, if you would like to come and have a session with me for questions, obviously we can start from one question, specific question. You can visit my live streams, friends. You can come to my live streams called Karo is Answering Your Tarot Questions. If you do not know how those live streams work, in which we answer your questions, please check the description box below to see how I operate in the channel. And we can go from there. Thank you so much, and I hope to connect back with you soon, Gemini. Take care, friends. Bye bye.